Hey everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and in today's video we're going to be talking to you about how to increase your value to normal trucking companies. So if you want to get your CDL license like many of you do, you actually are probably doing it so you can increase your value in the marketplace. Now, the next level above that is to actually increase your value to a specific trucking company. So in this video, we're going to give you some actual tangible skill sets and things that you should be working towards to make sure that you become the most valuable person in your company itself. And if you ever want to move to another company, you want to make sure that you are so valuable that they don't even want to interview you. They're going to be like, hey, come on in. I just know all about you. And if you watch this video to the end, you'll have all the skills to make that a reality. All right, so the first thing that you have to do when it comes to increasing your value for the trucking company itself is talking about your experiences and your skill sets, right? So interviewing is something that is going to be important. Most people will have to go through some type of interview process, and that is really where the new company gets the opportunity to actually see exactly who you are as an individual, and they understand they're not hiring a robot, they're actually hiring a human. And humans comes with a whole bunch of stories, experiences, and skill levels. So the main two skills that you actually want to portray when you're actually talking about your experiences and your skill level is going to be your skills of communicating, right? So the easier it is for you to communicate with an individual who's interviewing you, they believe it's going to be for you to actually get trained properly, the easier it is for you to kind of fit into their culture. And then the other skill set is you always want to show that how you're trying to improve yourself when it comes to things like laws and what things that you're responsible for, right? So you want to make sure that they understand that this is something that you truly desire to continue to grow in the actual working environment as well, being a truck driver. The next one's probably going to be pretty easy on how to increase your value for a trucking company, and that's going to be demonstrate your safety record. Now, this is not something that you can manipulate, but this is something that you can show up to any interview saying, hey, look at my driving record, 0 accidents, 0 tickets. I'm clean as a whistle, brother. Time to hire me and let's start making some money. But if that is not the case, make sure you are proactive and you talk to them about, okay, here's my driving record. I got into an accident on June 2nd, and this is exactly what happened. Here's a police report to back it up. Because if you did mess up, the thing that you can do to go above and beyond is actually take ownership, become a leader, and most people looking at that notice that you're not trying to hide something underneath the covers because they're going to find it anyway when they do their check on you. You can just be upfront with them, and then you can find the decision out much faster, and they would rather hire somebody who's truthful than somebody who's trying to hide something around, right? The next thing that you should do if you want to continue to increase your value for the company itself is going to be constantly keep pushing your skill set. So there's 2 things that you can actually do as a truck driver to increase your skill set. One is add endorsements to your license. The more endorsements you have, the more variety of work that you can take. So some of the endorsements that you can be talking about are going to be things like a tanker endorsement, a hazardous material endorsement, doubles and triples endorsement, even school bus and passenger endorsement are all viable endorsements that you can have. And depending on the company that you work for, it depends on how valuable that endorsement is or is not. For instance, if you're driving for a school bus company, probably getting a hazmat endorsement might not be the best option for you. On the other hand, if you're driving for a normal general freight company and all of a sudden you get your hazmat endorsement and they have the opportunity to actually work this hazmat load, they might give you that opportunity and you might be able to make more money doing it as well. And it's always something that's good to have in the back of your pocket because you never know what the next day is going to bring. The other skill set that you should constantly be improving as a truck driver is going to be your understanding of maintenance, right? Making sure that you're a master of preventative maintenance. So making sure you're doing your pre-trip inspection, understanding how things like the engine operate, and all of those things that make the company more money, simply because the less time the truck breaks down, the more time you can be on the road, which means the more money you're going to make, and the less money that the company has to actually expense when it comes to repairing these pieces of equipment itself. And if they understand that you're always constantly improving in yourself, you're going to go through the ranks more than anybody else, because if you do what the top 1% do, you'll get what the top 1% get. And that's how it is in every industry. Now, this is probably my favorite way to increase value in your actual trucking company itself, is going to be choose the proper training school. In this case, Driving Academy is the best truck driving school in the entire country. It's kind of like going to Harvard when you think about it. People all understand Harvard or Yale. They're all like up there Ivy League schools. And we kind of see ourselves the same exact way. We've had many students who graduate from one of our locations, then they go into the job market, and because we do such an amazing job with our students, with our training program, companies want to hire more students just like that. That being said, when you have Driving Academy on your background when it comes to schooling, they're going to look at you and be like, oh, we got a Harvard grad over here. What's going on? All right, let's move him to the top of the list. Let's make sure he actually gets a chance at the job. Let's give him an interview tomorrow. And those are the kind of experiences that you have when you choose the proper school. Now, we do a lot of work to make sure that our brand is known nationwide. So no matter what company you go to, just have them search up YouTube. And just like what you've seen here, trucking companies around the country are checking our content out. And just because you came to our school with our certificate there, you're able to actually get a CDL license. Now, if you don't have a CDL license yet, CDL Driving Academy is the answer for you. We're the best truck driving school in the entire country for many different reasons why, and we can talk about that in another video. But what I'm talking about here is how to increase your value. So imagine in a normal world, everyone's heard about Harvard and Yale and places like that. And if you have that on your resume that you went to a Harvard or a Yale, then most likely it's going to make it a lot easier for you to find the job that you're looking for. Same thing happens here when it comes to Driving Academy graduates. Because we do a lot of effort in making sure that our students are well trained for the road test, but also for the real world as well, with things like our driving simulators, we actually have great relationships with companies nationwide that help our students get a job even with little to no experience because they came from an accredited school just like ours. They trust us, they've hired our students before, they love the way the students act, and they want to do more of it, right? So being part of our family here means that you have a lifetime of job placement and lifetime of opportunities, just making sure that you pick the right school. I mean, there are students out there who know how good we are, and they'll tell the company, hey, I went to Driving Academy and I graduated on this day. Now, unfortunately for them, all these companies will do verifications, which means that they're going to contact us. They're going to say, hey, did he actually go to your school? Then we're going to have to look in the database. And there's been many times of students trying to kind of get on our coattails, but we're going to have to say, no, he never came to our school simply because we don't have any records of him. And then he was caught lying on the application. And do you think he's going to get a job? Absolutely not. On the other hand, if you come to our school, graduate from our school, your life is going to change for the better. And for the biggest thing that can actually add value in your company itself is going to be showing consistency and longevity. Now, the longer you stay with the company and the more you're on time and the more you do what you say you're going to do, that you become that much more valuable because that's rare in this industry right now, right? So when you actually stay with a company 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and now you're planning to move to another company itself, two things are going to happen. The company that you're planning to move to is going to love you. They're willing to throw money at you because they love the loyalty. They love the fact that you've been with one company for so long. And then thing number two is the company that you're trying to leave is probably going to put up a good fight and try to say, hey, no, just stay here. You know how everything works out. Just stay here. We're going to pay you more money. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. But it puts you in an amazing situation because it is so rare in this industry and many other industries for somebody to stay that long in one company and continue to grow and improve themselves and not get lazy. And at that point, you can write your own ticket. All right, so I hope that you actually increase value in the actual company that you're working for. Or if you don't have your CDL license yet, then you definitely want to go to the best truck driving school around. Here at Driving Academy, we have locations that are opening up nationwide. Check out our website for more information on what location is nearest you. And if you don't see a location near you, find our Linden, New Jersey location. We can help out students out nationwide itself. Check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com. Thanks and have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.